Hi, this is the Business Guy. In light of the FTX and now Blockfi bankruptcies, let's talk about the future of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other digital currency. With the bankruptcies, that means everybody who had their crypto in the exchanges could receive absolutely zero. Sam Bankman-Fried tried to make FTX look real credible. In March of 2021, FTX acquired the naming rights to the Miami Heat basketball arena just down the street from me for $135 million. And imagine if you had money with FTX and $135 million of what could have potentially paid you back went into tricking you into thinking this company was credible. And by the way, if you could please take your thumb or mouse and click the like button below so YouTube promotes it, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much. And you can also click the subscribe button if you haven't already, so that when more videos come out like this one, you'll be up to date right away. On that note, Crypto.com reportedly paid over $700 million for the naming rights to the Los Angeles Lakers Stadium, formerly called the Staples Center. And then Crypto.com accidentally sent a woman in Australia $10.5 million instead of a $100 refund. Later, they sent $405 million to the wrong recipient. Coinbase, Crypto.com, eToro, and FTX spent a combined $54 million on Super Bowl ads, according to Media Radar. Now, we accept payment in cryptocurrency in my business, so I've had right around $1 million of Bitcoin and other crypto pass through my digital wallet on my mobile phone, so I speak from personal experience. So we're answering the question, is cryptocurrency done? Is it a thing of the past? And is it a good investment? First of all, is cryptocurrency here to stay? Well, I think it is, at least for the near future, until a superior technology comes along. With these exchange bankruptcies, think about it. You have a new industry, you have people who have little to no experience in running a business, and then you combine that with literally billions of dollars of client funds that you're in charge of, and it's like the dot-com bubble and bust all over again. Young guys who know something about technology, but little about how to make a company profitable, and then you dump billions of dollars upon them, it's a recipe for disaster. They spend money like it's water, as we've seen. They mismanage client money and invest in risky things they saw go up in the past, so they think it's going to go up again. And of course something like that's going to explode all over itself like it did at FTX and Blockfi. Which one is next? How about Crypto.com, Coinbase, BitPay? So is cryptocurrency bad? Risky? Well, as a business owner, as long as it's legal and easily convertible into cash, which it is, I want to leave the door wide open when it comes to giving customers options to pay me. And I think it's extremely convenient. I love it because you can send it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Unlike sending a wire transfer, which depends on banking hours and the Fed and no money moving on the weekends. So frankly, I love it as a means to pay and get paid. So is cryptocurrency dead? No, I don't think so. I just think people are going to start seeing it for what it is, a currency. Next question. What about using them as investments? So now we get to another opinion. So I'll give you one. Many cryptocurrencies have crashed from their all-time highs, as you know. So should I run in there and scoop them up now that they're lower? After all, investor Warren Buffett says be fearful when everyone's greedy and greedy when everyone's fearful. Now, he said greedy, not foolish. Sure, many people over the short term saw tremendous increases in value as their currencies became more popular. Some have had less favorable timing and have seen decreases. Over the long term, I think they're terrible investments. Terrible. I do not think it is any better as an investment, again, over the long term, than buying US dollars as an investment. I mean, frankly, I love cryptocurrency. I love it for the convenience and that you can send money or money equivalent to someone and get paid 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But keep in mind, as a digital currency, it's still a currency. It is a means to buy goods and services, not as an investment because of one word, predictability. It's a non-performing asset. And non-performing assets, such as gold, coins, classic cars, etc., with gold, you dig a hole, you melt it down, and then you dig another hole, and you put the blocks into the hole, and you pay some guy to guard it. As an asset class, non-performing assets have fared far worse than stock market investments. For example, for the past 100 years, silver has had a return of 4,067%. Gold, 8,598%. Not bad, you might think. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, 42,816%. And the S&P 500, 57,348% during that same time. Just like cryptocurrencies, gold has had years where it outpaced the stock market by a lot. But over the long term, stock has outproduced metals by a lot. So we're talking about long-term investing. Now why? Companies produce something. Non-performing assets don't. Profitable corporations create value. They provide goods and services for a profit. The stock price today, tomorrow, or next week is just a distraction because over the long term, the price follows corporate profits. If you invest in their stock, you may participate in that profit. You can study the roots, such as Apple coming out with a hot new product, and anticipate profit growth. You can see its cash reserves and debt and make a reasonable analysis of safety and future growth. With digital currency, you simply have supply and demand and maybe a few other factors. It's called the greater fool theory. That is, you hope that if you buy it, a greater fool will come along and pay you more. That's it. There are no reliable roots that I know of as to reasonably predict whether it will go up or down. If Apple phones suddenly stink and they make terrible products, you can reliably predict that those profits and therefore their stock price will follow it down the drain. If they keep cranking out better and better technology that people love, that's a pretty decent indicator that the stock price will go up as well. Plus, you have an unlimited number of new cryptocurrencies the next guy may invent. So unlike Apple, who has a huge fan base and a very difficult technology to replicate with all of their patent protections, with cryptocurrencies, you have nearly unlimited competition to water down the market. So in my view, you do not have reliable roots to study as you would an intelligent investment such as corporate stock, and you have an unlimited competition. So no, I do not see Bitcoin or other cryptocurrency as an investment over the long term. I would not leave large amounts of money in it. Now I agree. This may be contrary to the experience some have had, where they saw tremendous returns in Bitcoin and Ethereum and some of the others. But people have made lots of money at the blackjack table too. That doesn't mean I'm going to throw my whole investment portfolio at some dealer in Las Vegas. So over the short term, you may or may not see outrageous returns. But in the long term, don't take this as investment advice. After all, I'm just some guy on YouTube. But let me quote what I said in a video on April 20th, 2021. And I quote, "I can almost promise you," this is what I said, "I can almost promise you, looking far into the future, this is not going to end well as an investment. Just my humble opinion," end quote. And I was right. And oh, I love being right. So I love it as a businessman. But when I receive it, I'm going to convert it straight into cash. So frankly, I love them as a means of exchange, but not as an investment over the long term. Meanwhile, whether or not you agree, I hope my perspective has been helpful. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. This is The Business Guy.